Welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with me. I have Elvis Langha. He is a CPA, MBA, MSc, and principal of LGE Advisories. All right, Elvis, welcome to the show. Love your name.
Thank you very much, Michael. How are you doing today?
I think I'm going to be okay. All right. Give us some background on you. I think that you're about to publish a book, and let's talk about that for a little bit. And I have an entire list of questions for you. But first, you.
Perfect. Well, again, Elvis Langha, and I'm sure the name Elvis intrigues a lot of people. But I have been in finance and accounting for about 15 years now, and I work predominantly with small businesses, helping them develop strategies on how to advance and make better bottom lines.
Okay. All right. Now, if you can, something about the book that you're putting together.
Perfect. Well, working with small businesses, I've been able to kind of have a 360-degree perspective on what works and what doesn't work. And in doing so, I've decided to come up with some core principles to help them do better, because everybody obviously is trying to live this American dream, but unfortunately, a lot of people jump off before they get to their final destination. So the goal is to help them advance their careers, if you might say, and just make them better entrepreneurs.
Okay. All right. So in helping other people be better entrepreneurs, what is a small business, what is a small business according to the SBA? I mean, give us your insights on that, and then let me roll through a few other hot questions I have for you.
Okay. Well, small business, according to SBA, Small Business Administration, for those of you who don't know what an SBA is an agency of the U.S. government that helps promote small businesses as well as entrepreneurs. And they focus on the 3 C's, which is capital, counsel, and contracts. So a small business, it depends on whatever industry you currently find yourself in. So we're looking at employees as well as your annual receipts. So a small business could either be a business that employs up to 150 people as well as 1,500 people. So depending on what industry. Then when we look at receipts, we're looking at a maximum of $750,000 or $38.5 million. And the Small Business Administration provides these guidelines to help small businesses compete with the larger businesses in the marketplace, to help them pretty much be part of the U.S. economy.
Okay, now you also work with entrepreneurial motivation. Bring that out for our audience.
Perfect. Well, entrepreneurial motivation is a concept that focuses predominantly on why you get into business. Why do you go into business for yourself? Remember, when you apply for a job, it is easy to quit your job, but not your business, right? So entrepreneurial motivation is a necessary component that transforms and distinguishes an ordinary individual to an influential business person who can help create opportunities and help capitalize on wealth along with economic development.
Now, there's a lot of people that don't think about this next question I have for you, and they really should. What should people be really, especially entrepreneurs, be thinking about prior to the launch of their product or their business?
Excellent question. Well, remember, we all have these great, awesome ideas. We want to conquer the world. We want to just jump into, we just want to start a business, launch a product, and think we're just going to go from A to B overnight. But remember, prior to launching a product or a service, you have to dig deeper and find out what drives you, what motivates you. So I'm going to say, money should not be the main driving force for you going into business. You have to look at what other intrinsic gains abound as far as starting your business goes. So in that regard, it is very, very important to know that when you go into business for yourself, you have to be all in, because if you work for a boss, an annoying boss, right, they can get on your nerves and you're going to quit and you're going to go find another business and just move on. But when you're in business for yourself, especially when you're giving up on everything, this got to be it for you. There's no more bridges. I mean, you've pretty much burned all bridges. All you can do is just keep moving forward. So it's all about finding that passion, knowing that it's not all about money. I know money is an important component, but you want to make sure that you look at what intrinsic gains are out there for you.
What about legal structures, the most common ones?
The legal structures are the most common ones. We're talking about, LLCs, S corps, corporations. But again, remember, a lot of people mistake legal structures with taxes. When you start a business and you form an LLC, the LLC has no bearings with how you end up saving taxes. So the LLC is just a corporate bill to help with the liabilities, to help people from penetrating your business and coming after you personally. So remember, that's why when I work with small business owners, I always advise them to always ensure that they're not commingling their business assets as well as their personal assets, because when you start, when that line is not defined between your personal and business assets, the government can come after you, or creditors can come after you personally and kind of pierce the corporate bill and pull out what your personal, dig into your personal assets.
What about professional teams playing a part in the success of your business?
Yeah, professional teams they actually vary, and I always say you as the business owner should consider yourself as the entrepreneur in charge, right? You're delegating. You want to make sure that you surround yourself with professionals, people who know what they're doing. And when I talk about professional teams, I'm looking about your marketing people, your accountants, your legal people, your sales force, and so on. As long as you have this strong team around you, you can go places, you can sleep at night, not worrying about if things are being taken care of. So it is imperative prior to starting and launching a product to know that, okay, I first of all look at who I want to work with, the people who are very, very compatible with me. I know that, okay, I can delegate and be able to sleep better at night, because I know part of being an entrepreneur entails working several unlimited hours.
It does. One of the things that helps me sleep better is the accounting, and I wanted to get a better bead from you of your what you want to say about that. The role of accounting, the successful uses of the right accounting software. Talk to me about that.
Okay, so. A lot of believe it or not, there are so many entrepreneurs out there who don't have properly developed accounting systems. So they're working, and you ask them, okay, what software do you currently use? They say, I don't have a software. They even run payroll without entering hours or salaries into a system. And I wonder, okay, how do they get how do I get accurate figures? So accounting software should be an essential component for your business from the very, very get-go, because you want to make sure that, your receivables, your payables, your invoices, as well as the taxes are well accounted for. And I would never advise anybody to start a business without, first of all, talking to an accounting professional, making sure that you have the right processes, making sure you have the right internal controls in place. Because these, if you have the proper foundation from the very, very get-go, you're actually set up for success in the long run.
I agree with you. All right, Elvis, that's about all the time we have for you today, but I really appreciate you taking the time and coming on to our show.
Thank you very much, Michael. I appreciate your time.
My pleasure. Well, you've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.